Bruce Lee once wrote, "All knowledge simply means self-knowledge." We remember the kicks, the one-inch punch, the blur of speed, but the man swore the real fight was happening somewhere no camera could follow. Picture the scariest martial artist on the planet, 5'7", 135 pounds, yet able to launch grown men like lawn chairs. Now hear this, the only opponent Bruce Lee publicly admitted he could not beat lived behind his own eyes. No black belt, no arena, no shiny trophy, just the fear that he might let himself down. To the world, Bruce looked untouchable. Studios rewrote scripts so he could fight 10 guys at once. Opponents studied his footwork like it was scripture. The myth grew. Bruce never loses. Yet in a quiet letter to his friend Taki Kimura, he confessed, "I fear I will not become what I think I ought to be." The same fist that shattered boards spent nights wrestling 3 invisible thugs. Perfectionism, doubt, ego. He nicknamed them his internal syndicate, a crew that stole confidence quicker than any punch ever could. July 1969, a routine barbell curl went sideways, the weight crashed, crushing the sacral nerve. Doctors said he'd never kick again. Flat on a hospital bed, staring at ceiling tiles, Bruce met the one thing fame couldn't block: stillness. In that white room, the syndicate cranked up the volume. Perfectionism hissed that a broken body meant a broken legend. Doubt swore the world would forget him. Ego screamed at the helplessness. For once he couldn't outtrain, outrun, or outfight the problem. Bored, he asked a nurse for a full-length mirror. Every morning he sat cross-legged in front of it, cast and all, and said out loud, "Show me the real enemy." Days rolled into weeks. Slowly the reflection shifted, the cast faded into background, the scars became texture, the fear turned into fuel. He realized fear is just energy with nowhere to go. He pictured neurons regrowing, chi rerouting like water skirting a stone. The mirror turned self-loathing into self-instruction. When the cast finally came off, his left calf looked like a deflated balloon. Trainers suggested gentle rehab. Bruce went straight to jump training. They warned of relapse. He answered with the line we now quote on coffee mugs, "Be water, my friend." Water taught him to yield, not surrender. If a move hurt, he flowed to another. If a day felt weak, he flowed into tomorrow. 6 months later, he filmed the opening scene of The Big Boss, leaping kicks taller than his own head. The syndicate lost its grip, perfectionism traded down to progress, doubt to data, ego to expression. Bruce later told a journalist, "I no longer measure myself against others, I measure the distance between who I was yesterday and who I choose to be today." The fear never packed its bags, it just changed uniforms. Before the injury, it wore the mask of public failure. After the injury, it wore the mask of complacency. Each morning he bowed to it like an old sparring partner, then got to work. That ritual kept him humble without keeping him small. Right now, the same syndicate is squatting in your head. Perfectionism stalling your startup, doubt ghosting your dating app matches, ego tweaking your caption for the 10th time. You don't need a hospital bed or a Hollywood contract to feel the chokehold. Ask yourself the question Bruce asked in the mirror. What's the fear beneath the fear? Say it out loud. Energy hates anonymity. Then give it a job. Let perfectionism proofread, let doubt double-check, let ego announce launch day. Suddenly the villains become unpaid interns. If this flipped fear on its head for you, drop a single word in the comments. Water. So I know the message landed. Hit subscribe, and tomorrow, we'll look at how Bruce turned that same fear into on-stage confidence in front of a live audience. Bruce's heart stopped at 32, but the opponent he wrestled still clocking in. On every blank page, every silent gym, every 2 a.m. overthink. His final win wasn't defeating the enemy, it was putting it on payroll. The syndicate never left. It just started paying rent in focus, creativity, grit. Your greatest enemy is within, but so is your greatest teammate. Choose the one you feed, then get back to work.